Influential women in art. Helen Frankenthaler, born 1928 and died 2011, was an American abstract expressionist painter who is best known for her contributions to color field. She was inspired by the work of Jackson Pollock and was intrigued by the idea of painting a canvas lying flat on the floor. She would exhibit her large-scale abstract expressionist paintings in contemporary museums throughout the United States. She would apply large areas or fields of a single color to the canvas and then use the hues that were similar in tone or intensity, as well as large formats and simplified compositions, all of which are qualities descriptive of her work. Louise Nevelson is a surrealist assemblage artist who won the National Medal of Arts in 1985. She would create monochromatic wooden wall pieces and outdoor sculptures. These pieces are a juxtaposition of different objects meant to activate the unconscious mind through the imagery. She would control the light and location of her installations. She liked to create large works that play with line, flatness, and scale, and her works resembled a shrine or place of devotion. Her works allowed the viewer to interpret her work by exploring their unconscious thoughts and feelings. Audrey Flack is a painter and sculptor who was an influential figure in the photorealist movement. She also pioneered techniques like projecting a photo onto a canvas and then painting the image, and a new way of airbrushing, which she demonstrated in Farb Family Portrait in 1970. She is known for her photorealistic still lifes from the late 1970s, such as Wheel of Fortune from her Vanitas series. In Wheel of Fortune, she uses a tarot card, a die, an hourglass, and a burning candle to symbolize death and chance. In the 1980s, she wanted her art to be tangible, so she started to focus on sculpture, eventually getting public commissions for it. She still creates art today, and Queens of Hearts, Audrey Flack, a documentary about her, was released in 2019. Judy Chicago is a feminist artist who is most known for her work in the 1970s, especially The Dinner Party. The main piece of this project is a triangular table of places set for 13 influential women in history, one for Chicago herself. Each place is embellished in the style of the woman's era. The triangular floor in the middle of the table honors 999 more women with engravings of their names. This took from 1974 to 1979, as well as hundreds of needle workers to complete. In 1980, the construction of the International Honor Quilt was started to accompany the table. The quilt is made of 539 triangles, each honoring a woman, that span a wall in a few clusters. Chicago also made a series called The Birth Project because she felt that birth wasn't a prevalent enough subject in Western art. This project took over 150 needleworkers to complete. Niki de Saint-Phalle was born in France on October 29, 1930, to a French father and American mother. She began her artistic career in the 1950s and became a well-known part of the Nouvelle Realisme movement. One of her first well-known artworks was the exhibition at Gallery J entitled Fire at Will, in which the artwork was created live as a performance event with the public's participation, where they were able to shoot at a board with a rifle to pop bags of paint and expose the color, which then run down the white surface. She is also known for her massive installation called Tarot Garden, located outside of Rome. This installation was open to the public in 1998, and it features the major arcana of the tarot deck. She highlighted a lot of social issues in her work, such as women's rights, climate change, and HIV/AIDS. Her art is playful and colorful and inspires the imagination. Sadly, she passed away in La Jolla, California on May 21st of 2002 at 71 years old. Cindy Sherman is an American photographer who was born in 1954. Sherman first attended the State University of New York at Buffalo for painting, but ended up changing her major to photography. Sherman incorporates aspects of feminism, performance art, cultural criticism, and the body and identity politics into her provocative work. She mainly photographs herself in disguises and explores a darker side of culture in her depictions of perverted fairy tales, war, and sex. One of her famous early series is the United Film Stills. In this series, she takes photographs of herself dressed as invented characters embodying female cliches, such as the bored housewife, the sexy librarian, and the ambitious career girl.